Okay, think about this for a second. When was the last time you hit a wall? I mean, faced a really tough challenge. Maybe learning something new for work, or a rough patch in a relationship, even just trying to get better at a hobby.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Right. And when it got hard, what was that little voice inside saying? Was it like, oh, forget it, this is too hard? Or more like, okay, this is tough, but let's see what I can learn.
That internal monologue, yeah. It's powerful.
Exactly. And today, we're really going to dig into an idea that massively shapes how we handle those moments. It affects, well, basically everything, our success, our happiness.
It really does.
We're doing a deep dive into mindset, the new psychology of success by Dr. Carol S. Dweck.
A landmark book.
Yeah.
Dr. Dweck from Stanford University. She's a renowned psychologist.
And her research uncovered this concept that, honestly, for a lot of people, it's been a game changer.
Absolutely life-changing for many.
So our mission here is to unpack the two big mindsets she talks about, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset.
Fixed versus growth, yeah.
And we want to explore how that kind of subtly but really powerfully steer things in our lives. Learning, relationships, business, you name it.
It touches everything.
Think of this as your shortcut to understanding a really powerful idea that could genuinely transform how you tackle things.
A very practical concept, too.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start with the first one Dr. Dweck identified, the fixed mindset. What exactly is that?
Well, basically, the fixed mindset is this core belief that your qualities, things like your intelligence or your talents, they're just fixed traits, set in stone.
Like you're born with a certain amount and that's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You either have it or you don't. And the implications are huge.
How so?
Well, if you think your ability is fixed, you tend to avoid challenges. Why? Because failing doesn't just mean you failed at the task.
It means you aren't smart or talented enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It feels like a direct measure of your fixed ability. So yeah, you steer clear of hard tasks. You might dread criticism.
Because that would also expose your limits.
Right. And interestingly, you might even feel threatened or kind of jealous when others succeed. Their success highlights what you feel you lack.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about effort? How does effort fit in if you think things are fixed?
That's one of the most fascinating parts. For someone with a fixed mindset, needing to put in a lot of effort can almost feel shameful.
Really? How?
The thinking goes, if I were really smart or really talented, this should be easy. So effort becomes a sign that you lack that natural fixed ability.
Wow, that's so counterintuitive to how we usually think about achieving things. Okay, so that's the fixed mindset. Let's contrast that. How does the growth mindset flip this whole idea on its head?
It's a complete 180. The growth mindset starts from the belief that your abilities, your intelligence, they aren't fixed. They can be developed.
Developed how?
Through dedication, hard work, learning, trying different strategies. It sees intelligence and talent as just the starting point.
So potential isn't limited.
Exactly. Potential is something you can cultivate, grow over time. And this belief, well, it changes everything about how you approach life.
Okay, like how? How does it change the approach to challenges?
Instead of avoiding challenges, people with a growth mindset tend to embrace them. They see them as opportunities.
Opportunities too. We get smarter.
To learn, to improve, to stretch themselves. Failure isn't devastating. It's feedback.
Like data. This didn't work. Let me try something else.
Precisely. It's valuable information for learning and moving forward, not a label of failure. Criticism is viewed similarly, not as a personal attack, but as helpful input.
Okay, so they're more open to hearing tough feedback.
Generally, yes.
Yeah.
And the success of others. It's not threatening, it's inspiring. It shows what's possible.
And effort. What's the view on effort here?
Effort is seen as the key.
Yeah.
It's the path to mastery. It's essential, not a sign of weakness.
So it's this fundamental difference. One sees limits everywhere, the other sees potential for growth.
That's the core distinction, yeah. Limits versus potential.
And something Dweck found, which always surprises people, is about praise. Praising kids for being smart.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
It actually tends to push them towards a fixed mindset, right?
Yeah.
They get scared of messing up and losing that smart label.
Exactly. They become risk averse. But praising their effort, their strategies, the process.
That encourages the growth mindset. It tells them that trying hard and figuring things out is what matters. A huge lesson.
Huge. For parents, teachers, managers, everyone.
Okay, so we've got the definitions down. Fixed versus growth. Where do we see these playing out in the real world? Let's make it concrete. Maybe start with school and learning. That seems pretty universal.
Absolutely. You see it constantly in education.
Yeah.
Take a kid facing, say, a really difficult math concept.
Okay.
The child leaning towards a fixed mindset might immediately think, I'm just not a math person. They might shut down, get frustrated, avoid asking questions because they don't want to look dumb.
They protect that idea of maybe not being good at it rather than risk confirming it by struggling.
Right. They might even start avoiding math class or homework altogether if they can.
Okay, so how does the growth mindset kid handle that same tricky math problem?
Well, they might still find it hard, obviously, but their internal script is different. It's more like, okay, this is tough. I don't get it yet.
The yet. That's crucial, isn't it?
It's huge. It implies learning is a process over time. So they're more likely to ask questions, try different approaches, maybe work with others. They see the struggle not as a sign of stupidity, but as part of learning something new.
They lean into the difficulty instead of backing away.
Exactly. They embrace the challenge as the way forward.
And this isn't just about kids in school. What about bigger arenas like sports? Any examples there?
Oh, definitely. Sports is a fantastic place to see mindset in action. Think about legendary athletes. Michael Jordan often comes up.
Right, considered one of the greatest.
Yeah, but he wasn't always seen that way. He famously got cut from his high school varsity team. He had weaknesses early in his pro career.
So he wasn't just naturally perfect.
Not at all. What defined him was his incredible drive to improve. He worked relentlessly on his weaknesses, like his defense or his jump shot. He used setbacks, like losing playoff series, as fuel. That's a classic growth mindset, seeing failures as opportunities to get stronger.
Instead of thinking, well, I guess this is my limit.
Exactly. Contrast that with athletes who maybe have immense natural talent but crumble under pressure or give up when they face a slump. They might believe their talent is fixed, and if it's not enough, well, that's that.
So the belief itself shapes the dedication and the resilience.
Absolutely.
Okay, and what about the world of business? How do fixed and growth mindsets show up in companies or leaders?
You see it in company culture all the time. Companies with a growth mindset culture tend to value learning, innovation, employee development.
They encourage trying new things, even if some fail.
Yes. Failure is treated as a learning opportunity. They adapt to market changes, they listen to feedback, they empower employees to grow their skills. Think of companies known for constant innovation.
Okay, and the flip side, fixed mindset companies.
They might be resistant to change. You hear things like, we've always done it this way. They might punish failure, stifle innovation, and believe that talent is innate, so they focus on hiring stars rather than developing their existing workforce.
Which can lead to stagnation, I imagine.
Often, yes. They get stuck while the market or competitors evolve around them.
And then there are our personal lives or relationships. That feels like a really intimate place for mindset to play a role.
It absolutely does. Someone with more of a fixed mindset might think relationships are all about finding the perfect match. Compatibility is seen as fixed.
So if problems arise,
It's a sign that it wasn't meant to be. They might give up easily, thinking, this shouldn't be this hard if we were truly compatible.
oof, that sounds like a recipe for disappointment.
It can be, whereas someone with a growth mindset approaches relationships understanding that they require work, effort, and learning.
Like any skill, almost.
In a way, yes. They believe challenges can be overcome together. Disagreements are opportunities to understand each other better and strengthen the bond, not signs of fundamental incompatibility. They support each other's personal growth within the relationship.
They see the relationship itself as something that can grow and evolve.
Precisely. It's about building something together, navigating difficulties, not finding a perfect static fit.
So when you lay it all out like that, school, sports, business, relationships, it really makes you think, doesn't it? It prompts you, the listener, to consider maybe where are these dynamics showing up in my life and how I approach my job or learning something new or even how I interact with my family and friends.
Exactly. It's very self-reflective, which naturally leads to the big question.
Can you change it? If you recognize some fixed mindset tendencies in yourself, are you stuck with them?
And the answer from Dr. Dweck is a resounding no. Mindset isn't permanent. It's not like eye color.
That's encouraging.
It really is. She emphasizes that most of us are actually a mixture of both mindsets, maybe leaning one way in certain areas of life and the other way in different areas. And the key thing is, you can consciously, actively cultivate more of a growth mindset.
Okay, that's what people want to know. How? What are the practical steps? If someone wants to nurture more of that growth mindset, what can they actually do?
Dweck offers some really clear strategies. The first one is simply Recognize your fixed mindset triggers.
What does that mean? Triggers.
It means becoming aware of the situations or feelings that tend to activate your fixed mindset voice. Is it when you make a mistake? When you get criticism? When you face something really difficult and unfamiliar?
So noticing then that I can't do this or I'm not good enough, thought pops up.
Exactly. Just noticing it without judgment is the crucial first step. Awareness first.
Okay, so you notice the trigger, you hear that fixed mindset voice. What's next?
Step 2 is to consciously challenge that inner monologue. You give yourself a choice. You hear the fixed thought like, I'll never figure this out.
Right.
And you consciously replace it, or at least counter it, with a growth mindset perspective. Like, okay, this is tough, but I can learn how to do it if I keep trying different strategies, or that magic word.
I can't figure this out yet.
Precisely. Adding yet changes everything. It acknowledges the current struggle, but opens the door to future possibility.
It's a small word, but a huge shift in perspective. Okay, so recognize triggers, challenge the thoughts. What else?
Number 3 is about where you place your focus. Celebrate process and effort, not just the outcome.
So it's not just about getting the A or winning the game.
Right. While results matter, the growth mindset thrives when we value and praise the journey. The hard work, the strategies tried, the learning, the persistence, the improvement along the way.
So praising yourself or others for sticking with something difficult, even if the end result wasn't perfect.
Exactly. That reinforces the idea that effort leads to growth, which is the core belief.
Okay, that makes sense. What's number 4?
This one connects back to failure. View mistakes as learning opportunities. This is easier said than done sometimes.
Definitely. Mistakes can feel bad.
They can. But the goal is to reframe them. Instead of I failed, try to think, what can I learn from this? What information does this mistake give me so I can do better next time?
Extracting the lesson, not just dwelling on the error.
Yes. See errors as feedback, as data points for
Oh,
improvement.
got it. What's the 5th step?
Embrace challenges. Actively seek out things that stretch you, even if they feel uncomfortable or intimidating at first.
So lean into the difficulty rather than avoiding it.
Yes. Remember, the fixed mindset avoids challenges to protect its sense of ability. The growth mindset knows that challenges are precisely where growth happens. So don't shy away from that tough project, that difficult conversation, that new skill. That's your growth zone.
Okay, that's a big one. Takes courage. And you mentioned yet earlier. Is that the final piece?
It's often highlighted as a powerful distillation of the mindset itself. So number 6 is understand and use the power of not yet.
Just adding that word.
Just adding that word transforms a statement of limitation, I'm not good at this, into a statement of process and potential. I'm not good at this yet. It implies a learning curve, a future where you can be good at it. It keeps the door open for development.
It's incredibly simple, but really profound when you think about it.
It truly is. And these steps, they might seem small, but Dweck's research shows that practicing them consistently, recognizing triggers, challenging thoughts, focusing on process, learning from mistakes, embracing challenges using yet, these conscious shifts really do add up.
They can lead to significant changes over time.
Absolutely. Significant changes in your abilities, your resilience, your achievements, and even just your overall enjoyment of life and learning. It's about retraining your brain, essentially, to see possibility.
So just to wrap this up then, Dr. Dweck's work on mindset, it's not just some interesting psychological theory. It really feels like an invitation, doesn't it?
A very powerful invitation, yes.
An invitation to unlock more of your own potential by realizing that maybe the biggest limits we face, they're often the ones we place on ourselves, inside our own heads.
That's beautifully put. It really highlights that initial talent or intelligence, whatever you start with, it's just that a starting point.
The real magic happens afterward.
Exactly. Real success, real growth, it comes from that willingness to develop what you have. The effort, the learning, the persistence. That's where potential is truly realized.
So as we finish this deep dive, here's something for you, the listener, to really chew on. Think about a challenge you're facing right now. It could be anything big or small. At work, in your learning, maybe a personal goal. How could applying that simple phrase, not yet, to that specific situation change how you feel about it? How might it change your approach?
What becomes possible if you see it not as a fixed obstacle, but as something you just haven't mastered yet?
Consider how truly embracing that growth mindset, even just for that one challenge, might not just change the outcome, but maybe even open up entirely new paths or possibilities in your life you hadn't considered before.
It's a powerful thought to carry forward.
Definitely something to keep exploring. We really encourage you to stay curious about this and see how these insights might apply in your own world.